Bow down, my children. Bow down and pray to the one and only Kita, who keeps on somehow returning. No matter what happens to him, he returns again and again. Like the worst parasite and bacteria and virus that you could possibly imagine, because he's no good news. No good news, so praise him. Praise him like you would praise the mighty Aldrich. Praise the Kita. Welcome to Let's Play Dark Souls 3 Kita Edition with the one and only Kita. We've got a mad summon sign right here. Kyron. I think it's a random person. Alright, so I had no idea. I had no idea what the hell the madness meant of the mound makers. I did not understand it properly, and you guys have explained it for me. So thank you for that. Now that I understand what it is, I think it's, I don't know, I was gonna see if that guy was still here, if I could resummon him, but apparently not. The madman from before. Oh well. I was gonna say, apparently you can use him. He'll attack enemies and you. So you actually utilize him to fight those crabs for you. Those mighty, terrifying crabs. So that's probably what you want to be doing with him that I did not do, and I failed at, so good job me. Also, whoops, you want to run into here as quickly as you can before that guy can ring his bell. If you notice, these sages right here are wearing big hats that are kind of reminiscent of Big Hat Logan from Dark Souls 1. So at least, you know, it's reminiscent. We find a heretic staff. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. The heretic staff. Where you at? Catalyst used by generations of heretic sorcerers. Sorcery is a logical academic discipline, and the power of sorceries depends heavily on the caster's intelligence. Wow, that tells us absolutely nothing. Be wary, gorgeous view. Thanks. Yep. I love that view of a bunch of hollows screaming and moaning. It is a beautiful sight indeed. I should raise that up, as a matter of fact. I should raise that up because he is absolutely right. Absolutely. Rated poor. I rated it up one, now it's poor. You're welcome. I actually think that made it worse. It was unrated to poor. It's like if you gave someone a thumbs up on Facebook, right? And all of a sudden that one thumbs up meant it was a poor rating. Or like, say you guys give me a thumbs up on YouTube. If only one of you did, it's like, oh, poor rating, even though you were trying to help out. Poor. It's just, you know, trying to make people feel worse, apparently, with my actions. Alright, so you want to cross over to the castle this way, preferably. I mean, you could, honestly, there's two routes you could take. This is the route I would choose if I were you. I'm not you. Don't be deceived. I know it's a deceptive thing. You might think, hey, is Dave actually me? Am I Dave? Don't be deceived. I know it's confusing. Alright, go to the left here around the perimeter. I don't know where my mind's at today, honestly. I just got back from Boston, and I think I'm just loopy. I was in Boston for PAX East. Alright, so the reason that I raised my intelligence up to 10 is for this bro right over here. Let's go ahead and give him a chat.
Well, this is unexpected. I don't often have visitors. What do you want? This is my study that you've happened upon. If you haven't any business, I've reading to get back to.
Ask to learn sorceries. So if you ask to learn sorceries from him when you're under 10 for intelligence, he will decline, saying that you're not magically inclined enough. You don't seem to have the capacity. So if you have 10 intelligence or higher, you're totally fine. If you are under 10 intelligence, you can always just go raise up an intelligence, your intelligence up to 10, and he'll then join you. So it's not like a permanent loss if he can't join you.
How intriguing. Very well. Indeed, I am a sorcerer, with plenty to share.
Oh my.
However, what champion demands service without recompense? Clearly, you're not that sort of man.
Who?
So you will make me a promise that in exchange for my teaching, you will bring me knowledge in the form of scrolls detailing sorcery's secrets. Well, can you assure me of this?
Listen, I can't assure you of anything. Therefore, yes, I make you a promise.
Very well. You're no fool. I take it you understand the weight of a promise. I am Orbeck, of Vinheim, unkindled one. I shall teach you sorceries. We will learn together. It shall be like our very own school.
Ooh, Vinheim is back. We've been hearing a bunch about Vinheim from Dark Souls 1 initially. It is the Dragon School of Magic, and this is where Orbeck is from. So we're going to find out a whole lot more about the location of Vinheim, but it is back. As you can probably tell at this time, Dark Souls 3 is far favoring locations and areas and lore from Dark Souls 1, and that trend is only continuing at this point. Look at all these scrolls he's got. He's really been trying to study. He is really into it, man. We're thinking about just how into it he is. I've actually been doing a lot of lore research over this past week. I know it's been a week since I uploaded my last video. That is because of my trip to Boston. So both plane rides, the entire time I was just trying to work on lore research and all that, so I could try to work on starting to make some lore videos. So yeah, I've been working at it. There's still some mysteries yet to be solved, but I think I know what my first video I'm going to make is, so hopefully I'll start writing it actually as soon as this video is up. I'm hoping. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a fun one. I think it'll be good. Stay away from me. What are you trying to do? Don't do it. Whatever it is. I don't even know what it is, but don't. So if you notice what I was running around too, there's a bunch of holes in this area in the ground, like right there, that you might accidentally run into. So I mean, it's fine. It's not gonna like kill you per se, but it is, you know, trap. Obvious trap is obvious, if you notice it. That is. So we have one of two ways we can go here. Either go straight along here, or we can go to the right along this path. For the time being, I'm going to choose this path. We will come back to the right. You will see why shortly. Oh, hey, whoa. Oh, no, man. Oh, that was bad. Not really that bad. I'm more just annoyed at myself for that I got hit so much. I don't want to waste that Estus I'm going to have to use in a moment. I don't want to waste that. You even joking with me? Wow, I'm playing... Oh! I am playing so Bloodborne style right now, and it's not good. How I just survived, I do not know. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I should not have survived that. I seriously should not have survived. Do not do what I just did ever. Not smart at all. But I'm just trying to get... look, I need to go more hollow, alright? It's obviously on purpose. Clearly. Alright, so when you're in this location right here, the first thing I want to point out is that if we come around this way and go up these stairs, we're going to come up to the area that I came from with the bridge. If you go straight through, you'll notice that this is, let me get my binocs, where that other path was. So we basically just done a little loop through this castled area. And I'm going to do yet more. There's a lot to wrap around and explore here. There's a lot of verticality in Miyazaki's design, which is nice if you ask me. I know you didn't, but I'm just presenting that info and that thought. So, again, always look around. You'll find a little drop-off ledge. Miyazaki's pretty good about that, rewarding you for exploring. I forget who it was, but there was another famous game designer who wasn't Miyazaki, but I'm trying to remember, but his whole design philosophy was that you should always reward a player for being curious. You always need to reward them for their curiosity. And that's what's going to make them really want to explore and enjoy the game. Because, you know, if they see something in the distance and they're curious and they're like, I want to find out what that is, reward them for it. Reward them for that curiosity. I'll have to look up who that is. If I can find it, I'll post it. All right, so the reason this is that area right below. Jeez, are you... I didn't realize there were two enemies. I thought there was just the one guy with the cross. I'm actually a little frustrated at myself for letting this turn as bad as it just got. Now, it sucks is I might have to go away I didn't want to go. Should have just... It's alright, I guess. I'm just playing poorly. Just playing very poorly. I mean, not very poorly. I'm being dramatic because I'm upset, okay? Let me be upset with myself. Let me just be upset. Let me just be upset? I don't have the gesture I wanted to use ready to go. I was going to do the collapse gesture. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Alright, so you can actually get the entire Sorcerer set by dropping down, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of them. Again, I don't think these ones have too much to them. Attire of a Sorcerer from the Vinheim Dragon School, long ash-colored robes. Underneath is a deep blue Sorcerer's coat. Conventional uniform of the Academy, so not much lore-wise at least. Invaded by a Watchdog of Farron Sublime. A Sublime one. Alright, well, we got some rings to look at, bro, and then we'll think about this. Sage Ring. A ring given to Farron's Undead Legion by one of the Preacher Twins, known more commonly as the Crystal Sages. The Sorcerers of Farron's Abyss Watchers were known to be lonesome warriors who would only rely upon more pragmatic spells. So we're finding out a bit about the Undead Legion and the Abyss Watchers, the lonesome warriors, and also these Crystal Sages are mentioned who were helping them out, at least by one of the Preacher Twins. So there's these Preacher Twins known as the Crystal Sages that we're now finding out about from what else but a Sage Ring. It does make a lot of sense. Yo, bro. Where are you going? No, you're going the wrong way. What? No, I'm just going to go to sleep. I don't want to follow him to a giant crab. I just want to fight him. Alright, well, I mean, I'm cool with fighting him, but I kind of want to just keep on making progress. He's going to kind of, ooh. Well, good thing I was kind of just playing around. Otherwise, we wouldn't have found these wonderful green blossoms over here. Even though I should be exploring everything and anything. Alright, I mean, there's more to be found in the swamp. Man, I'm just annoyed with myself about that crab. So apparently the Mound Makers, and this is only I found out because I was talking to Ty or Dreaded Cone. Oh, here he is. You found me. You did it. Who else just got summoned? Oh, another Watchdog of Farron Raoul. Gee, Raoul. What is this? What is this, man? You guys are trying to gank me now? You guys are trying to go for the ganks? I was like, let's see if I can do that to them. Wow, these guys are absolute jerks. Oh, you know, it's funny because I was thinking about like, I wonder if I can pull that off on them. They just pulled it off on me. Alright, cool. Why do they look the same? I don't, like, were you guys trying to do this like together on purpose? Dang, this is gonna be ridiculous. And now he's gonna try to go for another one of those. Yep. Alright, well, I am out. I'm all out of Estes, baby. I know you guys want to see a wonderful gank spake, but I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna happen. I could be a jerk, just because they're ganking me. What? You guys are assholes, man. I mean, whatever, it's Dark Souls. They can do what they want. You know what I could do? There was a Mound Maker, right? I can go and try and summon him and see if he'll help me. It is like, who knows, right? Like, I don't know if he's gonna help me or not. I don't know, man, but it might be the best option at the moment. If I could gank and spank, I would do it. But I don't know if I can spank that gank. Alright, he was over here last time. Alright, here he got summoned by somebody. Or just ran off. The truth is, I don't mind fighting one-on-one. I just really don't want to do this two-on-two thing. Alright, it'd be nice if I could throw one of them off. See, I actually know where all the bosses are at the moment, so I could be a jerk and just make them leave me. Leave me be? But I don't want to do that. Alright, whatever. Well, that kind of worked out in a way. I'm gonna keep on exploring. Sorry, that was kind of just like a roundabout, terrible battle. I apologize to you guys. So, while they're confused about where I ran off to, because apparently they're good at trying to gank, but they're not good at following someone. I'm just gonna go get my golden falcon shield, which I don't think does much of anything. Lore-wise, I should say. What? Oh, I went to my rings. I was like, what? Where is it? The Golden Falcon was the emblem of an ancient band of sellswords, and even to this day, many mercenaries remain who looked upon it as a token of good fortune. Indeed. Indeedio, they did. Alright, I will just keep on going this way then. I suppose. Large soul of unknown traveler, thank you very much. See, normally I like to have fun and just deal with these guys. Notice how I said guys, because there's another one over here. But being that I've got those two jerks following me, I feel like I should just go down. I also don't like killing them this way. This really bothers me when they die this way, if I'm being honest. I'd rather have fun with them and kind of like play around a bunch. So here's where one of the bonfires we can go to at the moment is. I didn't want to do it, but you know. That's alright. We can run over this way. Right in front of me, because I just happen to know, is actually an Estus shard, which you'll see in just a moment. And we're actually at Fair and Keep by going this way. And Fair and Keep is what we heard a bunch about. This is one of the areas that I believe Henri of Astora mentioned. And I think we've heard telltale of it a few times, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be, but I don't believe I am. Do I have any way to counteract my poison? I don't, do I? I'm just gonna end up dying this way, huh? Alright, well, that's cool. It was all in vain in the end, because I decided to go get poisons. I really thought I had some poison blossoms here. Huh. Oh, well. You know what they say. Oh, hey. Hey, what's up, buddy? You... I did it! Oh my god, that is hilarious. I cannot believe that was the way that I just killed one of them. Well, that turned out for the best, huh? Alright, well, I cannot believe that that just happened, and I got some Estus out of it because of that. That is absolutely hilarious. Well, buddy, that's just what happens. I can't believe it! I cannot believe that somehow I took care of those guys because of what just happened. Like, that's... Wow, okay, I'm gonna go use my Estus shard because, actually, you know what, take it back, I'm not going to. I don't even need this Estus shard. Who needs Estus shards? Let's just keep on playing. I'm pumped up that somehow that just happened. I'm kind of in shock right now because I really thought I had no chance. I was poisoned, guys. Poisoned, 0 Estus flasks, accidental suicide for the win. Alright, now where is the other guard? Where's that guy that we saw before? There were 2 of them, and I'd like to kill the other guy my way, which is by having fun. But if we go this way, you'll notice this gate right here. This is actually where I went last episode, where we encountered the Black Knight. So that's what's on the other side. And hopefully I can find my bro here. Yeah! You're fun to fight. Let's do it. Ow. I said you're fun to fight. Let's do it. Oop. Oop. He's not hurting me for very much, is he? Alright, come on. Come on. Nope. Alright, I should probably heal up. You know, I just realized, too, my favorite mask in the game is in the area I was just at, but I don't want to go there quite yet. Come on. Bro. Bro. Ow. I just want to get the parry. I just want the parry so bad. Give me... See what I do if you don't let me get a parry on you? Ow. Man. I'm not doing him well. You know, this is probably the worst I've ever done against this guy. Probably. I mean, I'm not going to say 100%. There we go. There it is. It's just so satisfying. You kind of just need it. Ooh. Shouldn't have gotten so greedy and trying to go for that backstab. See, it's funny, because I just felt like I was really early there. And apparently that worked, so, you know, whatever, I guess. He actually has a parrying shield. He's never parried me before, but I wonder if he's supposed to be good at it. Alright, so we get a great club by defeating him, so let's go ahead and take a look at the great club. And I think we got another weapon as well. I was a little distracted. We get absolutely nothing from this one, so let me see real quick if I can figure out what we got from the other guy. I just saw a big spider in my house. Ooh, spooky spider. Alright, Soul Sword, Twin Blades. I don't... maybe? Nah, we got that one last episode. The Brigand Twin Daggers. I don't... nah, we got that before. Huh. Honestly, I apologize. I don't remember, so... I'll move on. I don't think there's lore to it anyways. What I'm going to do is actually go back down and get my favorite thing to wear on my face. And then I'm going to quick cut it. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, I just wanted you to not have to, like, watch stuff I already did. So we're here in the Fair Keep, and I guess while we're here, I'll kind of go around it. There was another way that I recommend going first, to be honest, but since we're already here, I figure might as well take care of a bunch of it, so I'm not just, like, going back and forth through areas so much, since that seems boring. Now, there's multiple routes you can take at this point. I actually recommend going the other way first, the other direction. But, I mean, this way has my favorite mask, which is this Ragged Mask. So, here you have the Ragged Mask. Likely a makeshift item that helps reduce intake of various poisonous and noxious fumes. I just like the way it looks. It's my favorite face thing to wear. I think it's because it makes me feel like a ninja in a way. Or an assassin of some sort. Or just like one of those countries where you put a face mask on because you're trying to prevent yourself from getting diseases, which is really what the point of this is, as it says in the description. We're also getting a whole bunch of Titanite shards, which I don't need anymore for this weapon, but we are on our way to getting my favorite weapon. Now, as far as exploring this area goes, it is annoying because it's another poison-based area, you know, which is always a pain in the ass. But I'd say just kind of go around the left perimeter to start, and then work your way around. That would be my recommendation. And that's probably how you're going to find the most things the easiest. So yeah, definitely go around the left perimeter, because it becomes muddier, deeper swamp waters in the Fair Keep, and this region that we're currently in, which we're actually going to find out a bunch more about, which will be fun. We're going to get a Titanite shard. And this is, if you recall, this is where I got that Titanite shard. Did I say Titanite? Oh, Titanite shard. I mean the Estus shard. Excuse me. And some Prism Stones. Nice. Alright, so, again, just exploring this perimeter area here, seeing what we can find. A Stone Parma, which is a shield. And I'm not really caring about getting poisoned, even though apparently I don't have any way to heal my poison. That's okay. I got a bunch of Estus flasks. A round stone shield once carried by an old knight who turned to stone himself. It has powerful defensive properties for its size, but it is extremely heavy. If I'm not mistaken, that's simply just a reference to Dark Souls 1 and the knights who had the stone parmas, which were in the... Think about the area, actually. So, the area that they were in, the stone parmas, it was the woods in Dark Souls 1. It was, the forested location. The Darkroot Garden, Darkroot Basin area and location. So so the Darkroot area, that's where you found those stone parma wielding knights before, right? So yeah, just start bearing this stuff in mind, these items that we found, if you played Dark Souls 1 at least. I mean, a lot of this isn't going to make as much sense if you haven't played Dark Souls 1. They really do, as I mentioned earlier this episode when we met the Orbeck from Vinheim, make a lot of Dark Souls 1 location, or Dark Souls 1 references. Some rotted pine resin. I can poison people at my own leisure. If we head up this area, this is really the goal of this area, is to start heading up these locations right here, and dealing with these demon guys. And yes, I call them demon guys because they have those goat legs, and I believe that is actually what they're supposed to be. Is some sort of like new demon type. They're pretty easy as long as you deal with them pretty quickly, but The goal is to light these, extinguish these flames. And we got that, I believe, by talking to the Crestfallen Warrior. I think he mentions it at some point. If I hadn't talked to him about it yet, he's supposed to at some point. So by extinguishing this flame of this beacon here, we're actually now lighting up the path to the Farron Keep. And you're going to have to extinguish all 3 lights, because there are 3 lamps, in order to open up the path. And they're all going to be in upper locations similar to this one, which is why we wanted to go up here. So, yeah, this is our first one. And I know I just saw an item a moment ago, but since I was focused on killing that demon, I wasn't thinking too much about where I saw it at. Huh. Oh, there it is. It's like, is my mind just playing tricks on me? Yeah, if we look over here, we can actually see another one of the beacons that we're going to have to extinguish. Also pretty cool to see is that's that bridge that we came from before. That right up, and then there's another beacon over there, actually. So now we can see the 3rd beacon. But up there, that's the bridge that we came from. And there's Lothar Castle over there. If you're wondering for where all the locations are. So Lothar Castle, bridge that we crossed. So now I'm crossing over to the other side of this, which actually, I'd say it's better to just walk around so you can see everything that's around this area. So I'm going to take back what I just did. Let's rewind and take it back. And we're now going to go down this way and take the outer route. This is actually one of the locations that I was trying to think about when I was first playing through it with how am I going to show this area off. I think I just made a mistake and went the exact opposite way that I want to. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, yes. Okay, so there's actually multiple routes up. Looks like this is... Yes, this is where I came from. Man, this swamp probably confuses me the most of all the areas and locations. So as I was starting to say, this is the area I had to think the most about for how I was going to go through it and show it off. We actually have another Dark Wraith over here. See if I can handle him as well as the last one. I mean, pulled off a parry pretty quick, so that felt pretty good. Pretty good if you ask me. Oh, shouldn't have even gone for that. I was like, I'm just going to kick him and stun him right off the bat. Ah, well. Pull off another parry easy enough. Man, I'm just, like, nailing my parries with these guys right now. It's actually my first time fighting the Dark Wraiths. They're Dark Wraiths. I completely botched it last time. But my first time fighting the Dark Wraiths, I just could not at all pull off parries against them. So I guess I practiced against them enough because I was just trying to pull off parries that I finally nailed the timing down. Alright, so we get some Sage's Coal over here, which we're going to look at even though I'm poisoned. This is now our second coal that we found. And enables Crystal Blessed and Deep Infusion. The white magic flame produced by this coal was given to the Undead Legion long ago by one of the Crystal Sage twins. Again, the Crystal Sage twins mentioned again in conjunction with the Undead Legion. Give to the blacksmith in the shrine to allow for the use of Crystal Blessed and Dark Infusion. But really, main point here is what I just pointed out, which was those that the Crystal Sages were. At least one of them was bringing this to the Undead Legion. So there's seems to be some sort of camaraderie between them. But who are the Crystal Sages? Who indeed? You might be asking yourself, and that's a good question, which we may or may not find out this episode, depending. I don't know the answer to if we will find out, but mayhaps. Yeah, so there's different levels of these demon guys right here, and I say this specific one is the hardest of them, but there are different levels and difficulty to them. Alright, so here if we go this way, you can see more of those demon guys ahead of us, and those are actually some of the easier ones to fight. But instead of going and dealing with them right now, we're going to go ahead and head up another route, which is going to take us to yet another light to extinguish, if you would. Yeah, this area is not, in my opinion, the best area for Let's Plays just because it's so confusing. And it's such a big wraparound with many, many different ways to take. It was hard for me to map out a good Let's Play route. Oh, I got a purple moss clump, cool. So with that, I can actually end my poisoned and stop being poisoned. But, right now I'm doing fine. I think I'm alright for the time being. And we now have a second flame extinguished and then lit. So, making some good progress. You can actually see over there a bonfire that I can go ahead and take advantage of if I want to deal with these guys. Which, you know, I guess I should. Going around this way, there's nothing here. I'm just going to show you, though, so people who like seeing everything explored can see that. There's nothing over there. And, you know, actually, instead of going to these guys right now and this bonfire, which would be the smart thing to do, I'm going to go back down because I want to show you more exploration before I do that. So, and get there another way. So we could wrap around this route behind, but I'm going to do that later because there's some difficult stuff over there, and it's probably better for me to get the bonfire first. Beyond that, though, there are multiple routes, and I'd like to show off the various routes. So now you've seen one route to get over to that bonfire. And I want to show off this other different route. So this other route deals with these guys, who, again, actually not that bad. Those ones who are standing up are by far the worst, as I mentioned earlier. So these ones who are just laying here only take 2 hits to kill with my Uchigatana. The other guy took like 4 or 5. And they're crawling, they don't hurt you for nearly as much damage. So actually not too bad. I also think if I remember correctly, this is the only bridge you can go up and get an item from, which is a great sword. I've been trying to do stuff with these things, and I can't figure anything out. I also keep on glancing at my, oh. Notice how I said, this is the only bridge I think you can get anything from, and then right away I find another bridge that has something. Well done, me. Well done, indeed. So let's go ahead and grab that. So some purple moss clumps. All right, so over this way is that tower that I got the Estus shard from. And there's this swamp over here that you can take with 2 routes around a big giant castle area. And we're going to come to that area later where these guys are. And that's actually where the final flame is. The reason why I'm not going there quite yet is because A, they're pretty difficult, but B, it's because I think that there's some lines that you can get from the Crestfallen Warrior, and I'm not sure when he stops saying them and when he starts saying them. And I want to make sure that I activate those from him before it's too late, so that's really what I'm checking out. I could be wrong here. I could be wrong, but I just want to give you my reasoning for what my actions are as I roll through this swamp. This, in my opinion, this is one of the most annoying areas in the game. To me, any area where your movement is hindered just tends to annoy the hell out of me. And also where you're poisoned. And FromSoft just loves having an area where you're both of those at the same time. They just know how to grind my gears. Alright, cool. Thanks FromSoftware for that. Let's get some Estus soup. And a Sunlight Talisman. People are going to be hype about that. Not too much to this Sunlight Talisman, but we'll still take a look at it. The Knight of Sunlight's personal talisman for casting miracles of the gods. The talisman bears the knight's own holy illustration and emblem of his unwavering faith. Use of the talisman skills fills the user with similar steadfastness. So, 100% referencing Solaire from Dark Souls 1. A fan favorite, like super high-end favorite. We also get Wolf's Blood Swordgrass over here. Let's take a look at this. This is actually a Covenant item that we're picking up. Or Wolf's Blood Swordgrass, Wolf's Blade Swordgrass. Alright, where it be? Oh, I'm in my weapons. It's going to be in items. A leaf signifying a duty fulfilled by the watchdogs of Farron, who stand beside the old wolf to ensure the serenity of those at rest, depicts a swordgrass leaf stained with dried blood. Long ago, the swordgrass leaf quietly identified members of the Undead Legion. In the rotted forest rest the spirits of warriors past. Their acceptance of and gratitude towards their guardians is expressed eloquently by the humble leaf. So these watchdogs of Farron reference an old wolf. Yeah. Not being able to talk properly is the name of the game today. An old wolf. I actually have a good friend who she hosts a show for AfterBuzz TV called Teen Wolf, and she would just pronounce it as Teen Wolf instead of Teen Wolf. So you know that was worth endlessly making fun of her about. You know that was like, I had to do it. There was no question. I mean, she knew, and we would joke about it. It wasn't like a big deal. All right, so remember those guys I saw in the distance? Well, here they are again. So there's multiple ways to get to them. Not going to deal with them quite yet, as I want to head over here so we can talk more about this area I'm in. I will deal with them later, just not quite yet. I'm actually wondering if I should even do this. Holy jeez. Again, as I said before, these guys are pretty brutal, as I'm very clearly proving by my ineptitude. Maybe I should not deal with these guys quite yet. Man, alright, so I'm poisoned, so I should probably just get out of here. But before I skedaddle, Sage's Scroll is found over here, and also a bunch of mushrooms from Dark Souls 1. Those were the main things I wanted to show at the moment. We will come back, though. There's a couple things I want to grab here that we're going to come back for. Which I don't like doing that during the Let's Plays. It's like if I have to re-explore an area, unless it's for like a lore purpose for you to re-explore, I feel like I'm just retracing old ground and wasting time. And these Let's Plays are already long enough that it just makes me feel bad, man. I don't want to do that to you guys. Alright, so I'm trying to think of which the best route to take is, because there's multiple areas we can go to right now. So, if you notice right here, there's a ladder up that we could take, which is going to lead us to one very important location, but we will tackle that one in a bit, because I want to show that area that other bonfire, which is actually really close to here. The other location that we're going to find right here is this item, which we will get in just a moment. So don't go crazy, we'll be back. Here's that gate. If you recall, the gate, that's where we've been lighting those torches, so there's only one left. But going up here is going to find that other bonfire, which I'm mainly going to right now just because I need more health and more Estus, so might as well. Also, it's better to tackle these guys from this end as they're facing the wrong way. But yeah, so there's multiple routes here to take, and there's no necessarily proper route. I just recommend the route that I took because I think it's going to give you a slightly easier time finding the various flames, and also there's a location that you're going to happen upon if you go the other way, which we will go to eventually, that has a lot of interesting stuff for you to deal with. Alright, so if we go over here, I'm actually going to run into the various locations back and forth to confuse these slugs. They're like, I don't know which way you're coming from. I'm so confused about what you're doing. It's all about playing that art of confusion. Alright, these guys are all gone. So, here we find another undead bone shard. So, we're now equipped with yet another undead bone shard, which means we can raise my Estus Flask to +2. And another Estus shard, which means I can get my Estus Flask up to 9. So 9 + 2 from this, and out of this part. So, there are 2 possible locations we can go at this point. Actually, 3. We could light up that other fire, or we can go the way that I'm going to go right now, because might as well keep on exploring as we were doing. Ooh, okay, actually, I want to go to the left right now. So going straight that way is going to take me to the other fire, which I'm not doing on purpose. However, going this way is going to take me around this little castle area in the middle, and that's what I'm going to want to do at this moment, specifically just to find more lore stuff for you guys that we can talk about. Oh my god, this guy just destroyed my face. I'll go ahead and quick cut back. See you guys soon. Dark Spirit hit Yellowfinger Hazel. What's up? Let me just attack you from behind like a true bro. Ah ha ha! Jeez, man. Ah! He has so much stuff that he shoots at you when you get hit. Because he has all those flames, guys, that come up. Oh, alright. Yeah, he has a lot of ways he can mess you up pretty badly. Oh, I actually thought that would kill him, which is why I was going for it. Come on. Woo-hoo. Oh, so close. Alright, so remember how I just invaded a moment ago? I'm going to go ahead and Ember up again, just specifically so I can get invaded again. Because, you know, that's the smart person thing to do. Go ahead and get invaded again. Alright, so see those guys over here? That is actually why I was saying that this is an area you might want to avoid. So that stuff that they're spewing at me is going to cause curse, which you can see that skull meter that just started slowly going up a little bit. And that is going to hollow you out more, which is actually fine because we're trying to get hollow. But also, if that meter goes all the way full, you automatically die. So these guys can be pretty dangerous. So you really have to watch your meter with them, and they're everywhere here. Also, where's Hazel at? Where's that girl at? Come here, Hazel. Is this a Sumbro? David? Oh, that's me. All right, Hazel. Fight number 2. I know the other one you were upset because I defeated you. I disgraced you. You even had someone come and try to PvP me with you. Apparently also, Hazel was also attacking the person who attacked me. You guys pointed that out to me, so that's pretty cool. So the NPCs here can actually attack both you and the people invading. Aha! What dodges? What dodges, indeed. Also, I found out by looking through the item descriptions and doing more research, Hazel is actually a female, and she's actually a little more interesting to the lore than first glance. And also, there's a specific reason that she's continuously invading you here in this area from the sacrifices to the Farron Keep, which we're going to discuss when we get there. Not quite yet. That ghost actually just terrified me. I thought that was an invader that I didn't know about. Look how lazy I am when I try to fight her. Look how lazy I am. Another thing, too, is she's wearing a Xanthus crown, which, if you remember, if you pick up the Xanthus crown drop, it mentions crown supposedly made in imitation of a divine creature of Ulasil. Ulasil, if you remember, is actually where the, it's the exact same location as the Darkroot Garden and Darkroot Basin area in Dark Souls 1. It's also where Ulasil is. It's a more ancient land of magic. So if we go through this cave here, first you find someone who already opened this chest, Jerk. Secondly, we get a golden scroll. So let's go ahead and take a look at that golden scroll. All right. And we also have the Sage's Scroll. So Sage's Scroll first, which I got earlier. Scroll containing sorceries of the Crystal Sages. Once again, they're being mentioned once again. As any sorcerer knows, sorcery is a talent, and these sorcerers were refined and nurture a very special talent. And the Golden Scroll, a golden scroll chronicling the vast research of the Xanthus scholars, give to a sorcerer to learn the arts of Ulasil, yet again mentioned here. In the lost land of Ulasil, the sorceries orchestrated light and were said to shine in golden hues. So now we've had the Mushroom Men of the Darkroot Basin / Darkroot Garden. We've had other references to the Darkroot Basin with the Stone Parma that we found. We're now having Ulasil mentioned multiple times here, and specifically right there in what we found. So multiple references to these locations, the same location in Dark Souls 1 as they're in the same place that we're finding here in the Farron Keep. And I need to get the hell out of here before I get absolutely wrecked by the curse. And alright, so I know there's another item that I think I'm kind of missing on the edge of this castle area. I think it's over on this side of the castle. Yes, maybe? Alright, so if we go up over there, that's actually going to lead us up to the final flame. I am not going to take that direction, however, because that's the last thing I want to do, as I mentioned. I do want to go back and see if we can get more lore before I do that. You'll notice a couple items up here. We actually can't get those items yet, so they're just there for you to stare at and be like, ooh, I wonder how I get them. Not yet, baby cakes, not yet. We'll get them eventually. All right, this is killing me. I feel like it looks like there's an item glowing over here, but I doubt there actually is. Because there's not. All right, so the reason that I don't recommend going this way first either is because this is now the deeper swamp area. And you do want to go here eventually because we have a bunch of items that we can grab, especially that golden scroll that I picked up. But dealing with this deep swamp is no fun, especially when you're dealing with it with a whole bunch of these lizards, especially then. So, yeah, I recommend doing this from the side I'm doing it from. Now, my first time playing, I didn't. So do you have to? Absolutely not. This is just my recommendation. Oh my god, I'm so close to being absolutely cursed and dead. I am so close. Oh, get away. I do not want to be cursed. Holy crap, am I close to being dead from this curse. Please stay away from me, because I got too greedy. Got way too greedy. Alright, cool. Took care of one of them. Come on, one more hit. Alright. I think we're good for now. But yeah, just dealing with both the swamp and all of these lizard guys coming through, trying to curse you at the same time, especially when you first get here, is pretty panic-inducing. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Especially when you're an idiot like me, who keeps on walking straight into the curse area. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy like me. That's a good lesson to learn. Do not be like Dave. Alright, I think that actually might be it for this area in terms of all the things we can get. So actually not all that worth it, apparently. The only thing we really picked up from going through this especially treacherous area was that soul. For some reason I thought there were more items along here, but that's apparently it, so... Oh, well. Oh, here we go. Here's more of the items. Not that you have to go all the way into the treacherous area. We get iron flesh, which we'll take a look at in a moment. Just want to get out of the deep swamp. And some more purple moss clumps. Alright, so iron flesh. Let's take a look at it. Iron flesh boosts damage absorption and resistance, but significantly increases weight. Not advisable for walking in marshlands, perhaps resulting in its obsolescence in the Great Swamp. Ha ha ha! Isn't that funny? That's exactly where we found it. Ha! Thank you so much. Alright, and if you notice, this is actually where we started at Fair and Keep, so we've now done the full loop. Again, if you go straight over there, ahead that way, in this direction, that's how you find that other flame. And now there's a couple directions that we can head at this point. But since we're already at the Fair and Keep, might as well keep with this Fair and Keep theme and go over to the Keep Ruins. As there's another location I want to show you guys to really put a nail in the coffin about all this stuff that I've been talking about lore-wise here. Alright, so I'm not going to light the bonfire, or not bonfire, the flame again. Because what I actually want to do here is go towards, not that area, I think it was this way, maybe. Yeah, because it was close by these slugs. I want to go towards this tower right here that you see. So this giant ladder is our next destination. Or, I'm wondering if I should go ahead and tackle that difficult area just for the sake of, nah, we'll come back to it next time. Or later. This area is much more interesting. And there are some good things to be found in that back area where the mushroom guys were, for sure. So definitely do not forget about that area. We will come back. However, this area is much more fun. If you notice, though, we're actually climbing up towards, and let me show this here. This is that bridge that we came from in the start. And that over there is the undead settlement. So this direction and this way is Lothric Castle. You can see that there's a giant area for you to go into, but before we do that, let's go ahead and explore the perimeter, see what we can find. Like this wonderful crystal lizard. and you thought that was everything. You're like, all right, cool. We got our twinkling tights. We're in a good spot right now. We can see this giant wall blocking in the Farron Keep and Lothric Castle. Beautiful view. However, as someone here has ruined, thanks to their message, we can find a Dreamcatcher's Ash, or the Dream Chaser's Ash. Umbral Ash of one who dreamt of joining the Undead Legion. With this, the Shrine Handmaid will prepare new items. In the end, the Dream Chasers who wandered aimlessly in the rotted forest found a sense of fulfillment. And what else do we find here but a statue of Sith from Dark Souls 1 in front of a grave, which would be implied to be the grave of Artorias from Dark Souls 1. That is who the old Wolf of Farron is. If we pray to it, we get the Legion etiquette, and we can now join the Covenant, and we get the Watchdogs of Farron Covenant by doing that. So they use the Sword Blade Grass. Let's go and take a look at what these different items are. So, Watchdogs of Farron. Ancient medallion depicting the crest of a wolf. Symbolizes the pact with the old Wolf of Farron, equipped to pledge oneself to the Watchdogs of Farron. The Watchdogs ensure that the warriors sleep in serenity by taking the form of loyal spirits and hunting down those who would trespass the woods of Farron. Why, my oh my, does that not remind you of the Forest Covenant from Dark Souls 1? Why, yes, indeed it does. Dave, thank you so much, me. And we also got a new pose. Let's check that one out. Whoops. And by that I mean I totally just wanted to share my experience with everybody. All right. I don't need this one anymore. Where's my Watchdog salute? Or Legion etiquette, rather. Nice. That's actually pretty cool. I like that one. All right. So, as you've probably figured out at this point, this area and location we are in is in fact Ulasil / the Darkroot Basin, Darkroot Garden of Dark Souls 1. That is now Farron Keep. So this is a Dark Souls 1 location we have now entered upon. And everything that we have found has indicated that. So yes, you can say that we are in the same location as Lordran. So with that, let's go back up to this bridge that we're at, and we're gonna find yet another fun surprise from Dark Souls 1. So what is this but one of the giant demons from Dark Souls 1? It's our a stray demon from Dark Souls 1, first boss of the game. It was called Asylum Demon, is the first boss. Stray Demon was the second one in the Asylum, but here we have, it's back. And the cool thing again is what I was talking about with the fire going out, it becomes stone. You can see that's now happened with this Stray Demon, is because the fire has been going out, like the other one that we saw, it's becoming stone. And it's been so long that lava turns to stone after a certain amount of time. Personally, I think that's really, really cool that they went ahead and did it that way. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was bad. Oh, I did not know I had my binoculars equipped. I was trying to heal there, and the binoculars came out. That could have been really bad. Alright, so I don't... I don't think it's going to happen here with the way I'm attacking him. It's only happened to me once before. But if you attack him just right, you can actually get his legs to crumble off. Yeah, it didn't happen, unfortunately, but his legs will break apart, and that can happen. So we got a Soul of Stray Demon. Again, one of the demons from Dark Souls 1, so more Dark Souls 1 references. Let's check it out. The Soul of the Stray Demon. Used to acquire numerous souls or transposed to extract its true strength. The Stray Demon, now lacking even a trace of flame, was once the gatekeeper of Lothric. Interesting that they would choose to use a demon as a gatekeeper of Lothric, just like how the demon, the same type of demon, was a gatekeeper in a sense, guarding everyone in the Undead Asylum. Get a great axe over here, and we're gonna get an ember. So you can see that this is what was supposed to be the route up to Lothric Castle that's been blocked off. However, we can actually go ahead and explore the other end of this and see what that leads to. So we're going to do a little bit of exploration here, and I think that and then a trip to Firelink Shrine will probably end this episode. Whoops. Don't need to do that, though. And actually, looking over here in this direction, this is the Cathedral of the Deep. So this is the other direction that we could have headed. So when I made that choice to go down towards Farron Keep, that was actually going, the other direction would have taken me to the Cathedral of the Deep. Also here, which is really cool, you can actually see that other, well, that was worthless. You can actually see that other flame right here that we need to extinguish, so that's really cool. I like that. They do a good job of all these locations when you're in the distance of seeing where everything is. I really like that. Also, if you think about this, around this area is where Anor Londo, or not Anor Londo, Anor Londo, but I was going to say it's where Sen's Fortress would be. Alright, so we get the Dragon Crest Shield. Let's see if that has anything for us. One of the enchanted blue shields, the Dragon Crest Shield, greatly reduces fire damage. A nice shield engraved with a crest depicting a dragon. Not much of anything. The Lightning Spear, which is going to be a miracle. Miracle allegedly used by warriors of sunlight. The spears inflict lightning damage, providing an effective counter to magic or fire, especially powerful against metal, armor, and dragons. So for those of you who are new to Souls lore, dragons are weak against lightning. Nice. We got a large Titanite shard from this guy. Very nice. All right, so a bunch of you were mad and pointing this out to me. So if you look up here, right, this is where we found the guy from Londor, who's now in my area. And this is actually the Undead Settlement. So right up here, the top of that tower is where you start to go down to the Undead Settlement. And if you look from over there, you see this dragon, or I should probably call it a wyvern, which is what it probably is, which is collapsed on this bridge and clinging on. So this is likely what destroyed this bridge here, was that wyvern. But yeah, just a cool thing that I completely neglected last time because I was thinking so much about my bro from Londor. I don't know if I really think of him that much as a bro, honestly, but we're calling that for now. Alright, well, I got some sort of cool thing from that. I don't know what it was. Yet another one of these guys just bowing down. They're pilgrims, so that's what we can refer to them as. They're pilgrims from Londor, bowing down, looking up at Lothric Castle. There's really not too much over here, aside from that asylum demon, or stray demon. I think that's the coolest thing. Outside of that, it's just a bunch of items. I mean, the lightning spear is good if you're doing a faith build, for sure. But outside of that, I don't think there's really anything over here that I find useful. And if you jump on those things, there's nothing for you to find. At least nothing I could find. I could be mistaken, but I'm not. Unless I am, of course. I'd prefer if you didn't wake everybody up. That'd be nice. It's actually a good thing I went the other way first. Now that I think about it. Or killed everything else first, and so I didn't have to worry about them bum rushing me with that guy. Ah, praise the sun. Somehow, I think that is a definite death. I wonder, though, if you use the various items that make it so you don't drop to your death. Oh, actually, there's a way to test it. If you use a prism stone, you can actually test with a prism stone. Good luck, thanks. Could this be a victory? I guess. Yeah, so you can see there's just nothing here. Oh, wait, did I miss an item over there? Oh, I did miss an item over there. This is a good thing I looked out from here. Yeah, so there's just nothing up here. But yeah, I believe if you drop a prism stone, depending on the noise it makes, you can tell if it's a drop to your death. And this definitely looks like a drop to your death to me, regardless of what special items you use. Alright, so with that, we can now come over to the other side. I'll fast forward to go get that item. Alright, I missed an ember. Yay! So I could have gone down the stairs. But who needs stairs? I don't. All I need is my trusty elevator. So yeah, that wraps up most of Farron Keep. I do have a couple more areas to explore. Obviously, I need to go extinguish the fire. And then there's that back area I didn't want to go to before because it's dangerous and spooky and scary. But I will be checking it out. But we're going to go to Firelink Shrine. That's going to wrap up this episode. And next episode, I might actually head towards the Cathedral of the Deep instead. I'll think about it. So the main thing I want you to be wary of, if you do head this way first through Farron Keep, and why I'm thinking about doing the Cathedral of the Deep first, really, is that when you beat the boss of the area of Farron Keep, like the big boss would be coming up for me if I kept on going, that's going to automatically kill Yoel of Londor. And which is that pilgrim. And if Yoel of Londor dies before you finish your hollowing, you can, and which is, the whole goal is to get 5 of these Dark Sigils from him, like just leveling you up. If that happens, you just cannot finish the quest line that I want to do. You need 5 Dark Sigils before Yoel dies. So this is what I've been wanting to talk to, the Crestfallen Warrior.
Gaining admission to the Legion is a matter of some ceremony. Inside their keep, snuffing out the flames of 3 altars opens the door to the wolf blood. Even accursed undead want to believe they're special, it seems. I pity the sorry souls.
So I don't think we heard that before.
Gaining admission.
I could be mistaken, though, but that was the dialogue I wanted from him. So if I did hear it before, I apologize, since it's been about a week since I last recorded. So I apologize if that's the case. We can actually give her some Dreamcatcher's Ash and see... Or
Ashen
Dreamchaser.
one, what woeful umbral ash is this? This barren dust, stuff of a fool, won't yield aught. Where didst thou happen upon the stuff? Tell me for the sport.
I'm honestly not sure what happens if you say nothing. I'm still going to tell her where I found it, but I'm just curious.
Oh yes, I see. Clinging to lofty dreams in this dying world, more's the pity. It must come from one most foolish indeed. Wouldst thou not agree?
Alright, so again, open up her shop a little more. I think that gives her Fair and Dart, if I'm not mistaken, because that would make sense. It's a variation of Soul Arrow developed by sorcerers of the Undead Legion of Farron. And now we know about the Undead Legion. We've been finding out a lot about them and where Farron is located. Well known among the Farron sorceries, it is learned far and wide due to its ease of use. Yeah, so I think that's the main stuff there. Curious to see. We start getting more items too. Actually, man, if I go back to just before Farron Keep is my favorite armor set that I missed because I was running away from those guys. I just missed like a couple items on the Road of Sacrifice. But that's alright. We can get it next episode.
Welcome, husband.
Let's do a couple level ups first. Holy crap, I can get a lot of level ups. Alright, this is going to be a fun one. Let's see. Let's go with 2 of these. Some endurance, some vitality, and yeah, I think that's good. I go with another vigor if I could, but this is still a decent one. Wow, I was not expecting that many level ups. And the other thing I should do as well while I'm over here is level up my Estus shard, so I have another Estus flask. Another good reason just to pop into that area, even if you're having trouble, is if you are having trouble, just pop in, get that Estus flask, and then you'll be good. Let's see how many large Titanite shards I have. I do have 2 large Titanite shards, so I could level up my Uchigatana, which I'm going to go ahead and do. Even though we're pretty close to getting my favorite weapon, might as well just have a decent Uchigatana until then. I'm probably not going to level up past +4, but if you're being smart, you know, go ahead and level up to +6. It doesn't really matter that much. You can get a lot of large Titanite shards. It's not that big of a deal. This is just a preference on my end. I'm going to burn an Undead Shard, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can level up again. I doubt it. I don't think my Hollowing is high enough quite yet. I'm at 4. I think you need to be at 6 for the next level from Yoel, but might as well find out since I did die once. Nope. I would need to die one more time. Alright, I guess that will wrap up this episode. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Sorry if I was just kind of like a talkative blur. I had a bunch of caffeine and just got back from Boston, so I'm kind of a little bit loopy, I think. But I want to make sure to get this episode out. So Next time we'll probably go ahead and head into the Cathedral of the Deep, and I'll go ahead and wrap up Farron later on. I do want to go to the Cathedral of the Deep first, just because that way I can kind of progress and get myself to hollow out more if I die, and I just think it's more natural that way of a progression. Farron Keep was a complete and total fluke because of those 2 invasions, but it doesn't really matter. You can go either way first. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to go ahead and head towards the Cathedral of the Deep. Regardless, we fought a sort of boss-like thing this episode, so I feel pretty good about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. And hopefully I can get started on cracking on some lore soon. So I know some of you guys are really looking forward to that, and I hope you are. So there's some fun stuff to talk about in this game. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Later, guys. Peace.